everybody, and welcome back to Cooking with Glenn and Kati.
Today we're going to have salmon patties, corn on the cob, salad, and buttermilk ranch dressing, along with some cantaloupe sorbet. We're going to pick some vegetables for our meal. The first thing will be dill. I'll just get some. It's the end of the season, so it's kind of going to head. Now I'm going to pick some parsley. I like the curly style just because I like the way it looks. So I'm going to pick some sprigs of the parsley here. And this will be enough for the dressing today. Got some sweet banana peppers. And so I'll cut this beautiful pepper here. Look how big that is. Big as my hand. For the centerpiece, we're going to be using the butterfly bush flowers. They're beautiful right now. We've got so many of them. This is all the stuff. What I like about my garden here is that I just come out and pick what I need. I need a pepper, I need some tomatoes, I need some flowers for the table, I need some parsley and some dill. So I've got it all here ready to use. Hey chickies, hey girls, how y'all doing? Y'all doing good? I'm gonna get some eggs. I hope you gave me some eggs today. Hey there, Speckles, you doing good? Hey there, Midnight, Duffy, Snowy. Y'all are so sweet. I'm gonna get some eggs. Here's 2. Let's see if there's any more. Don't peck at me. 3 eggs. Let's see if there's any more. I know, don't peck at me. I don't see. 4, 5. Is there any more? I don't see your egg. You lay green eggs, so you're just ready to lay eggs, aren't you? That's good. All right. If you notice, they're laying eggs over here. The reason is I had a snake come in, and the snake came in and ate every one of the eggs one day. One-half cup buttermilk, 1/2 cup sour cream, 1/2 cup mayonnaise, 1/2 teaspoon vinegar, 1 teaspoon Worcestershire sauce, 1/2 teaspoon garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon onion powder, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1/4 teaspoon pepper, 2 cloves of fresh garlic, 1 tablespoon fresh dill, 2 tablespoons parsley. I am using a food processor to make fine the garlic, put that in there, the parsley, and the dill. You can hand chop it, but I'm just going to put it all together in the food processor because it needs to be very fine. It's time to put everything together. Now I'll add the herbs. And all I'll do is whisk them and it'll be ready. And once it's made, we'll put it in the refrigerator for several hours to let all the seasonings blend together. Now this looks great. I'm a big believer of recycling. And so a while back we used to buy buttermilk ranch dressing. But now we make it ourselves. So I put it in this bottle here. And we're filling the bottle up, then we'll refrigerate. And we know now that we've made 16 fluid ounces. Everyone seems to enjoy the salads that I make, everybody. So I'm going to show you some tricks that I do. The main thing is to get a head of lettuce. This is romaine lettuce. It can be anything. I grow lettuce in the fall, so I pick my leaf lettuce and I do the same thing, but I put them together. And I bend my hands back like this so I don't cut my fingers off. I don't want to do that. And I get my chopper and I go here. See, I've shredded up very, very fine. And it makes the most wonderful texture of lettuce. I've chopped up the lettuce. Look at that. That's going to be great when you eat it. Excellent texture. Now this is a onion that I grew. I keep the stem on it But look how pretty it is. I've had these off the vine for probably a month and a half, 2 months, and they're still in good shape. I've already started cutting the onion very thinly, and I will continue doing it. When I cut it very thin, it makes a lot of slices, and so the onion will be throughout the salad. I've sliced the onion, and now I'm just going to kind of break it up into pieces. It's going to make a lot of pieces here. This is cucumbers. I got a small cucumber. I cut it very, very thin, but it's in rounds. This is a Juliet tomato. You see how thin it is, but it's in rounds also. This is a pepper that I picked, and so I just shredded it and just cut it in just little pieces. I cut this in half, so it's kind of like half moons in that. And this is the carrot, and I just put it in the food processor and I chopped it up. I've got a can of pink salmon for the salmon patties. Put it up. I'll dump it in. And you gotta save the liquid. The liquid really does flavor the salmon patties. When I was growing up, my mom would make salmon patties, but she would leave these bones in it. And she said, Glenn, she said, you need to eat it because it adds calcium to your diet. I'll tell you one thing, you can find calcium other ways. So you take those off, and it's got a skin, and it just kind of rubs off. So just rubbing it off. Again, we're getting all the bones out. If you leave a couple in there, it's not really going to matter. The chickens love the skin, and Katie's dog loves the bones and the skin. It's not going to hurt the animals. My chickens, if I take this out there, they'll go crazy. I just take it and I crumble it up. To begin with, just take your hands and just kind of crumbles together. If there's some bones left in here, they're just going to crumble up. And as I mix everything up, it absorbs all the liquid. So the liquid is all with the meat here, so it's going to make juicy meat.
Now that Dad has removed the skin and the bones from the salmon, it's ready to go. Again, this is 1 can of salmon, and to it we're going to be adding 1/3 cup of chopped onion, 2 eggs. Next, I'm going to add 1/2 cup of panko breadcrumbs. Next, I'm going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic, salt, and pepper. You can also use Greek seasoning. And finally, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Now I'm going to use my hands to go ahead and mix it up and then make it into patties so we can fry it in 2 tablespoons of oil. If you look down here, you'll see it's a little bit of a mess. You have to mix all the ingredients kind of nastily first before they start getting to a consistency that you can form. I'm gonna go ahead and add the 2 tablespoons of oil. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my salmon patties, and you can definitely hear that bit of a sizzle. Now they don't have to be that far apart. They're not going to stick together. So as long as you leave yourself enough room to be able to flip them with a spatula, you'll be just fine. And you want to cook these about 4 minutes per side. And as you see, they are brown on top. That's what you're looking for.
It's time to put the corn in the microwave. I always cook my corn in the microwave just like it comes from the store. I put it in here. It's green. It's not going to catch fire or anything. Not in the microwave. It looks like it may, but it's not. So I just put the 4 pieces in here. I allot 4 minutes per piece of corn. So there are 4 of these, so it should be 16 minutes, but I'm just going to take off a minute and make it 15 minutes. These are very hot, so when you take them out of the oven, you have to use a hot holder because you'll burn your hands. You got a little curve here, then you go about right here. You slice it. Now watch this. This is beautiful. The corn slides out. You have no silk on it at all. None. It comes out perfect every time. Slice it here, cut it, and watch it just slide out and not a bit of silk. We have some guests today. We have our regular Isaac here, and we have Risa, and we have Ray. So they're going to be eating with us tonight. I've made some buttermilk ranch dressing, and one of them has dill and parsley. It's the traditional one. And then I made one with parsley, jalapeno, and cilantro. So we're going to let them taste it and see what they think about the dressing and decide which one they're going to put on their salad.
That is the
Very good.
dill.
You can really taste the dill.
I like that. Very smooth.
This has cilantro and jalapeno.
I like a flavor too.
Yeah.
Oh, kick.
Yeah, it's not too hot. Even
No,
with
it's
the-
not hot, but it's got the jalapeno flavor.
Got a little like kick at the end of it.
Yeah.
I'll take the ribbing and I'll take the seeds out of the jalapeno so that
It's hot.
it's got the flavor, it's just not hot.
I like the first one.
About you, Isaac, which one do you like?
This one definitely.
The dill?
This one definitely the deal.
I would agree. It tasted very fresh since it had stuff from your garden. So I would go with the dill.
I'm gonna go with the jalapeno
It's not bad.
and the cilantro.
I am going to try the dressings now since everybody gave their opinion. So let me go ahead and see what I think of the cilantro version. Now that's a great dip. That actually tastes just like a wonderful, wonderful dip for any kind of crackers. Now we try the dill. That's your classic. But to be honest, I have to disagree with every other person. I think that my favorite, and I think Dad said it, his favorite, was the one with the cilantro. So everybody is enjoying the food, but let me just show you. This is my salad. I have dressing in it, but I mixed it in. I decided to try Reese's idea of putting the buttermilk ranch on the salmon patties. So, that is so good. You have to try it. And then the corn, look at it. I've already been eating it, but I'll give you a demonstration so you can see how well it's cooked. Bite right in it. Now I did toss some butter on there. Oh my goodness, if you add a little salt, it is amazing.
I had a cantaloupe from the garden, and we ate a little bit of it the other day, but I froze the rest. I cut it in little chunks, and you can see just little chunks here. I'm gonna put it in my little Oscar. I'm gonna grind it up. I'm gonna put a half a teaspoon of lemon juice in this. I'm gonna put 1 tablespoon of honey. Here, look at that, just perfect consistency.
It's very thick like ice cream would be. They're very fruity and tastes a little bit like sweet potatoes to me. They're very good.
That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed cooking with you, and I'm so glad you can cook salmon patties.
Yes.
I taught you well, because they were delicious.
They
I
are
tell you they were.
absolutely delicious. Oh my goodness.
What do you think about the buttermilk dressing?
Oh wow, I mean I couldn't get over it. And the fact that you can use different herbs to make it have different flavors, that is pretty outstanding.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
For sure. So we hope that you guys enjoyed today's episode and will try the salmon patties or the buttermilk ranch dressing, or even just the simple tip on taking your corn off the cob. If you enjoyed today's video, please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Give us a thumbs up and share. We look forward to seeing you guys next week with a new recipe. Bye.
See ya.